You're welcome to today's broadcast. Sure Destiny TV, reaching people and touching lives. You're welcome to today's broadcast. Sure Destiny TV, reaching people and touching lives.
So let me know where you're watching from. Please go ahead and share the link with as many people. Today, I really want us to talk before we go. We really want to talk. He promised, he said he's coming to continue where Buhari stopped. And we know it was all suffering during Buhari. It was like hell. But now it has gone from bad to worse. In fact, it's like people are burning. It's like, brimstone. It's like fire and brimstone. It's too much. So let me know where you're watching me from. Please go ahead, and I'm going to see if okay. Later on, there are some videos I want to play for us during this broadcast where Tinubu's spokesperson was saying people should be patient with him. I think Nigerians, they are suffering, people are dying. Why would you be talking about people being patient with you? We can't talk anything like that now. And so please let me know where you have joined me from as we do this broadcast. Tonight, I want to see if we can bring in some people and let's talk. Tinubu has no clear plan. And you know what? He is incompetent. It's obvious. Except if you are benefiting from him, that's why you will not mind, even if Nigeria goes into flame. People are all dead bodies are all on the street. Some of you are so tribalistic. Some of you are so selfish because you know what you're gaining, what you're getting from him, and that's why you're doing that. So we will not allow it. I hope you guys don't mind, because it's just a relaxed time, and you don't mind if while I'm busy talking, I'm also just helping myself. I haven't really had my dinner, so I stopped by somewhere and got me just something, just little. So I'll be munching something while we're talking. I know it's tough. It's so sad that there are many people that do not even have food. They go to bed without food. So being able to have something to eat is not something we should take for granted. And so, but I want to just play, just hear this.
Tinubu has called for patience and understanding of Nigerians over the current economic crunch. The president, who was represented at the book presentation by Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, in Abuja, says hard times are just but for a period and will lead to better times in the nation. Helen Odusamide Akins reports. We'll be back with business news.
These are not the best of times for Nigerians. The high cost of living, increase in the cost of pump price, high inflation rates, dollar increase against the naira are all challenges which Nigerians have to live with. Here at this event, President Bola Tinubu encourages Nigerians to be patient and keep faith as his administration is doing everything possible to put smiles on the faces of Nigerians.
We are going through a difficult phase in the history of this country. But these pains are pains of birth of a new nation. And that if we want to celebrate a child, a baby, then the mother must go through some pains.
For the first time, the Minister of Works, we've been everything under the former presidents, especially President Goodluck Jonathan, but we've never been Minister of Works, the Southeast. So the jinx is broken, and there will be a reward from Southeast for this.
The presentation of this book brings together traditional leaders as well as some of Nigerians' present and past leaders. They want Nigerians to continue to work together and not undermine the power of the nation's diversity.
I am hopeful that the younger generations will be better informed on our experiences, which has brought the country to what it is today.
To keep Nigeria warm is a task that must be done. That charge will continue to resonate.
The book, which talks about the life of the elder statesman, hopes to fill various gaps in the history of Nigerians' journey into statehood and nation building.
With several economic policies and plans put in place by the president, Nigerians are hoping that they will all translate to economic prosperity that will make life easy for all. Helen Osamide-Akins, TVC News, Abuja.
Now you can hear Tinubu, they're telling us to give them time, and it's now 2 years into his presidency. Nigeria has gone rock bottom. Today, I want us to face this matter and really discuss this together. Do you think Tinubu, will he suddenly change things just before, so that people will vote him in 2027? I want to hear what you have to say. They are calling us to be patient for another 2 years. He said it at the beginning when he came in, that he's going to change things. The Naira promise about how the economy is going to boom. Insecurity will be a thing of the past. Made all kinds of, he said, in case people have lost hope, it's now renewed hope. This is the hope where people are all dying. The Shehu from Channels TV has an advice or a charge to President Tinubu. He actually did one last year already. Was it a year ago? But let's see if we can find that and play it. But once again, thank you for joining. I need to know where you have joined from. Later on, I will want some of you to join us, or join me in this discussion. Let's talk. Do you think Tinubu has a good intention for Nigeria? I know some of you, maybe you're benefiting from it, and so to you it is fine. I want to welcome Rufai Abdurazak. Dominic, thank you for joining. Grace Boise, thank you for joining. Who else? Abu Hassan, thank you for joining. Tarhemba, thank you for joining. Ikechuku, thank you for joining from Italy. Wow, thank you. Thank you. Please go ahead and share the link with as many people. Let's get this discussion going. But before we do that, I want you to hear what Shehu Akimbo Loye. Okay, let's see if we can get in.
Year, new me. Hoping it's a new year, new president, new Nigeria. Well, Mr. President, Nigerians are watching. They are counting the months, the weeks, and the days, and in 4 short months, your administration will enter its 2nd year, a pivotal milestone where patience gives way to accountability. You campaigned on the promises of renewed hope, better security, abundant food supply, and policies that should lift millions from hardship and poverty. Yet, after a year marred by soaring tariffs, crippling energy costs, and dwindling purchasing power, millions of Nigerians are grappling with unprecedented hardship. The question that echoes across the land is, where is the light at the end of the tunnel? But I hope everyone might want to start afresh with a renewed vigor and hope that 2025 will be a better year. You assured Nigerians that this pain is a prelude to progress, a difficult but necessary phase that would yield joy and prosperity. And Nigerians, resilient as ever, they've kept faith with you and in your words. But faith, Mr. President, is not infinite. Time is your most fleeting asset, and it is slipping away. As you approach the halfway mark of your 4-year term, it is clear the clock is not on your side any longer. The policies you've introduced require visible results. The people demand proof that their sacrifices will not be in vain. President Tinubu, Nigerians understand that you are not a magician, but he elected you with the hope that your policies would bring relief, not amplify their sufferings. Today, they are grappling with soaring inflation driven by the removal of fuel subsidies, skyrocketing food prices that have left over 30 million citizens at risk of hunger, and a naira devaluation that has crippled purchasing power. Transportation costs are at an all-time high. Businesses are struggling under regulatory uncertainties, and public outrage is mounting over government spending on luxury items while many live in abject poverty. Nigerians are not asking for miracles. They are asking for focus, action, and empathy. Fix at least 3 issues that directly impact survivor. Stabilize food prices, make transportation affordable, and reduce inflation. You must assemble the best minds, regardless of region or allegiance, to tackle these challenges. Time is not on your side, Mr. President. Nigerians need urgent results, and they are watching. This new year offers you a fresh opportunity to reset, to lead with empathy, and to demonstrate that you truly mean well for the Nigerian people. Reduce the cost of governance, lead by example, and show Nigerians that sacrifice begins at the very top. Our leaders cannot luxuriate in opulence while citizens languish in poverty. This is the time for decisive, transformative action. Nigerians deserve a leader who is firm yet compassionate, bold yet introspective, and unwavering in his commitment to deliver the better Nigeria he promised. History is calling, Mr. President, and so are the people of Nigeria. As the media, we pledge to hold you accountable, to amplify the voices of the voiceless, and to demand justice for every Nigerian struggling to breathe under the weight of economic hardship. The sands of time are shifting. President Bola Tinubu, will you write your name in gold? And that is my final word tonight. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm Sean Kemale. Good night.
Wow. Okay, we just had Shehu. This was now in January. There's a recent one. I think I'm gonna play that recent one from Shehu. Let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear him.
They were campaign commitments, Mr. President. Time is not. President Bola Tinubu, 2 years are gone. Half of your constitutional mandate spent navigating the stormy waters of reform, resistance, and rising hardship. You came to office promising a renewed hope agenda, telling Nigerians that the pain would be temporary, like that of a childbirth, and that joy would follow. But 2 years in, the cries have grown perhaps louder, and many now wonder, when will the joy come? Inflation surged. Food inflation went to an all-time height. Transport costs were tripled, and the average Nigerian now spends more of their income just to eat, as if they are lucky. Petrol is hovering over 700 naira per liter, and electricity tariffs have risen even as supply is still very erratic. And yet, the Nigerian people, resilient, loyal, enduring, have held on. But holding on cannot be the national plan. You promised to lift millions out of poverty, create thousands of digital jobs in 24 months, and double power generation. These were not poetic aspirations. They were campaign commitments, Mr. President. Time is not on your side. You have just 12 months before the political season begins to whisper again. If ever there was a time to show the fruits of sacrifice, it is now. You are the president of both your lovers and your loudest critics, the hopefuls who sang your name at the polls and the skeptics who prayed you will fail. But leadership demands maturity of mind and empathy of heart. You now preside over a fractured but hopeful nation. Good people, bad politics, and an ugly economy. Nigeria today is at a historic inflection point. Mismanage these opportunities, sir, and we risk descending into a cycle of unrest, disillusionment, and regret. But if you rise, Mr. President, to the moment, and you could become a defining leader, one whose name is etched in gold as a man who brought Nigeria back from the brink, you must ignore sycophants who clap in darkness while citizens cry in daylight. Mr. President, please urgently surround yourself with thinkers, doers, and patriots, not just loyalists. Every day must count. Every decision must deliver value. Because when a nation suffers this deeply, there is no luxury of time or ego. No more excuses. President Bola Tinubu, we in the media, we will do our own part. We will question, probe, inform, and hold you accountable, not out of hostility, but out of duty. The opposition must also rise, not just to criticize, but to push this country forward. Civil society organization must now organize, awaken consciences, and be the voice of the voiceless. And our people must now stop being docile. We need to raise a mass of active citizens who are willing to fight for their nation and also work hard for its good. Citizens, your voice counts. Don't lose it. And for those of us who believe and who are people of faith, we will pray as scripture commands us for the peace of the land and the success of its leaders. Because President Bola Tinubu, your success is Nigeria's success, and your failure will be our shared tragedy. Nigerians will rally behind you if they see sincerity, action, and result. But never forget, fury awaits any leader who mocks the pain of the poor. Sir, history is watching. Posterity is watching, and 200 million Nigerians are watching. Let this second half of your presidency be a turning point. Make us proud, President Bola Tinubu. Make Nigeria great. And that has to start now. That's my final word tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Shoma Kimale. God bless Nigeria.
So the question goes, do we think that Tinubu has what it takes? Did he actually come to make Nigeria better? Was his agenda, this so-called renewed hope, was it to change Nigeria? Was it for the benefit of the people or his own benefit? And this is the discussion I want us to have tonight. And I'll be bringing those that, have something to say. I want to hear your view. Somebody had said, somebody like Bola, that had said Tinubu will never change, even if you give him 30 years. Because, we know him, a person that came, stole the mandate, snatch it, grab it, snatch it, and run with it. That's exactly how touts are. And all these ballot box snatchers, they have been sponsored by people like him. And so he's sitting there with a stolen mandate. How will somebody who has stolen something from you know how to manage it? It's like saying an armed robber or a thief should know how to manage the money that they have stolen. Usually, if it's a car that they hijack or they've stolen, the way they drive it, they don't drive it following any rule. And if it's money they have stolen, they misuse it because they always think they're going to have it again. That's why we see the kind of life that these rogue politicians are playing. And now they are all ganging up and they are teamed up together, just decamping and decamping all to APC. So, it's like anybody, no matter what sins you have committed, what you have stolen, you decamp to to APC, your sins are eternally forgiven. They can sit on it and cover it up, but God Almighty is watching and knows what they have done. He has blood on his hand. Tinubu has blood on his hand. People like Wike do, people like Akabio, and many of the others that have ganged up against Nigeria. And so tonight, I really would want us to talk. Let's see. Let me see if I can find this other one by Bola and where he was. Let me see if I can find it. But please, I already put the link. I've shared the link. So if you want to join, you can just come in, and when you are backstage and I see you and it's time, I will bring you in. But let me see if I can find this one of Bola. Let's see if we can find it. Thank you for joining. Please go ahead and share the link. Go ahead and share the link. Okay, let's see if we can, if this is the one. I'm not very sure, but let's see.
Been in the news trending for saying that you have left the PDP, even though that was not formally announced, your exit from the PDP, and you are not yet in the APC, probably still transitioning. But how come you defend a party that you're not a member of?
What do you mean? I mean, defending President Bola Tinubu?
And his party, the APC, because some people say defending President Bola Tinubu means also standing for the party, the APC, and you are not a member of that party.
Listen, I have never been ashamed of APC. I've never had a problem with APC. I've never had a problem even with the president in the first place. When I made a decision that time and I left, it was on the basis of the fear that I think that my people are likely going to be marginalized. When the president became president, he killed those fears by putting to the country a fair and equitable system of government where there is inclusivity and inclusion, right? And I made a commitment to support the president. He's the president of the republic. He's even the president of the opposition, not just APC. But well, I'm funny enough, let me be honest with you today, and I want the Nigerian people to hear. You see, it was so fast the time I left APC and I went to PDP. It was so fast that there was no time for me to tender my resignation in APC.
Yeah.
And when I went into PDP, we immediately went into campaign. And there was no time for me to register as a member of PDP. So technically, I've never left APC. But if for the purposes of communication of the public, I have left PDP. That is a fact.
Okay, then.
But my coming to APC will be very, very soon.
All right, then. Thank you so much, Daniel Bola, lawyer and public affairs analyst.
Okay, so we just had him now. I can't find the video. Please, if any of you is able has it, you can share it and let me put it for the people. So now this is the same person that when he was being interviewed before he started talking now for the Agbado Master and APC, he criticized Tinubu and said, just like he actually said, Tinubu, even if you give him 30 years, he will never change. And now it wasn't even a year, and Bola already shifted, went to pay homage because he was looking for something. So we have a lot of psychopaths, people that talk from two sides of their mouth. And they are actually not representing the interests of Nigerians. Everything they are doing is for personal gain, personal interest. So that's why. So I think some of you just joined. Let me just again play the promise that Tinubu made. Let me see if I can put that for us. You know, for those of you that didn't hear.
Tinubu has called for patience and understanding of Nigerians over the current economic crunch. The president, who was represented at the book presentation by Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Abuja, says hard times are just but for a period and will lead to better times in the nation. Helen Odsamide Akins reports. We'll be back with business news.
These are not the best of times for Nigerians. The high cost of living, increase in the cost of pump price, high inflation rates, dollar increase against the naira are all challenges which Nigerians have to live with. Here at this event, President Bola Tinubu encourages Nigerians to be patient and keep faith as his administration is doing everything possible to put smiles on the faces of Nigerians.
We are going through a difficult phase in the history of this country. But these pains are pains of birth of a new nation. And that if you want to celebrate a child, a baby, then the mother must go through some pains.
For the first time.
Did you just hear what he said? That what we are going through is the pain of childbirth. Is Tinubu the one that is giving birth to Nigeria? Or where is this pain coming from? We suffered so much under Buhari. Buhari, who came with the idea, you know, that corruption, zero tolerance to corruption, and there was more corruption during his time than any other time in history. And then suddenly now, this person is saying that what we are going through is like the pain of childbirth. I mean, these people are heartless. These people have no feelings for humanity at all. So, okay, let's even say, even if it's childbirth, when the Tinubu came in 2023, was, corruptly sworn in with a stolen mandate, and he promised that everything would change immediately. Now it's already 2 years and things are even becoming worse. We can't even tell how the year will end. So now, even if it were to be childbirth, the pain of childbirth, by now the child should have been out. How long does a child stay in the womb? And when labor pain begins, does it last for years? And these people are just evil, they are wicked, they are rogues. Just hear what he's saying. Just listen. Let me see if I can get it back. Just listen to him.
Smiles on the faces of Nigerians.
We are going through a difficult phase in the history of this country.
But he's not.
But these pains are pains of birth.
Pains of birth.
Birth of a new nation.
Wicked people.
And that if we want to celebrate a child, a baby, then the mother must go through some pains.
For the first time, the Minister of Works, we've been everything
they've ganged up against Nigeria.
The former presidents, especially President Goodluck Jonathan, but have never been Minister of Works, the Southeast. So the jinx is broken, and there will be a reward from Southeast for this.
The presentation of this book brings together traditional leaders as well as some of Nigerians present and past leaders. They want Nigerians to continue to work together and not undermine the power of the nations.
Let me just say, please let me know where you're watching from. Thank you, Yusuf Maruf, for joining. Thank you, Ekena, for joining. Thank you, Jez Dix, Emma Heavenson. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Let me know. Kangiwa, thank you for joining. Jacob, Moses, Aaron, thank you for joining. Please let me know where you are watching from. Please share the link with as many people as you can. I need now because I don't want to make the broadcast very long, and so let me know. As you can see, well, the of you, what is your take on this? So you want to get into the studio, please just press the link. Let me see, Monday is there. Monday, please, can you, let me see your face. I can't see you. I just see dark, something dark. I want to bring you up stage, but I need to see your face. I want to be sure it's not somebody sent by Agbado. Monday, I can't see you. Or I don't know whether it's network or something. So please, let's talk. Let's talk. You know, some people say I don't want them to see my face because, you know, those people will come after me. How about people like us that have been doing this thing for years? God protects. Up till now, Aisha is still calling Tinubu illegitimate president, and that he's not our president. She's still, nobody touches her. You see, they know that they have stolen this mandate, and that's why we must speak up and not wait. This is the time to do it. So please, you want to come into the studio, I welcome you in. Just use the link. I already shared the link. Use that link to come in. Monday, if you're ready, please let me see your face. Okay, thank you. Monday, can you switch? Okay. So what's your take? Where are you joining me from, please? Monday, I can't hear you. Can you just make can you hold this table? It's shaking. I'm not hearing your voice. You have muted yourself. Okay, it's out. It's gone out of the studio. Okay, maybe he's gonna come back. Any other person wants to join this brief discussion? Abdullahi from Houston. I was in Houston in early February. I was looking to meet some Nigerians that were in Houston. I wish I had your contact, would have met, you know, because I really wanted to have some time with some Nigerians. How are you doing, Abdullahi? How is America? Okay, who else is there? Anybody coming in? Anybody coming in? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I didn't really plan to play many videos. My thing was just for us to have a talk. That's why I needed some people in the studio. So you can just use the link to join. Use the link to join so we can have some time and discuss this matter. It's the destiny of our nation that we are doing this for, not for any gain. I've never gotten a kobo, never gotten a cent, never gotten a dollar in all these broadcasts I've been doing since I started in 2022. So I'm not doing this thing for money. I'm doing this for the love of the nation, the love of the people. Let me know where you're watching us from. Habibu Usman, thank you for joining. Ernest from the United Kingdom, thank you. Thank you. Anybody you want to join the studio, feel free. We're not going to put you on the spot. You're just sharing your view, what you have to say, what you think, but the way forward. This man is incompetent. He doesn't have what it takes to say Nigeria being the so-called giant of Africa, it's become the dwarf of Africa now, because you've got a group of rogues, thieves that are so-called heading the nation, leading the nation. So to remove them, we need to talk. We need to talk. Okay. I don't want to just be talking to myself, but I believe we will see change in Nigeria. I am very confident. I'm not giving up, because giving up is not an option. That's actually what these people want. They want us to get discouraged. I advise everybody that's young, especially the obedience. The 1 million matches that we did in 2022 into 2023, it should be like a baby. It should be like baby stuff compared to what we should start planning to do in this, because to unseat, if somebody will come with his Emilokon and force his way when he wasn't the incumbent, he wasn't the incumbent governor, he wasn't the president, and he can buy his way in, how much more when he's now the one that is like the driver? That's why we need to strategize now. We need to ask ourselves, how do we remove these rogues? How do we take out these thieves that don't have the interest of Nigeria at all at heart? That's the question. So I need you to come into the studio and let's talk. Let's ask ourselves, how do we get this job done? How? Let me know your view. Let me know your take. Let me see, while we're on this, if I can find I'm looking for a video. Let me know where you're watching me from, please. I don't want it quiet. Let me see if I can find I'm trying to locate. Anybody, has anybody seen where Bola, let me see. Let me see if I can get this. Vandalism, okay. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Let me know where you're watching us from. Okay. Let's see. Nigerian, wake up. Wake. Oh, no, that's not the one. Sorry, please. I'm trying to locate something. Thank you. Please let me know if anybody is coming in so we can talk about the way forward. Oh, Magnus, thank you for joining from the USA. Victory all the way. You're saying Peter Obi is coming for a new Nigeria. Yeah. I actually have a music that I titled New Nigeria. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find this. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Anybody wants to join the studio? I don't want to be talking solo, because I actually planned so that we can have a chat discussion around this subject. Yeah. Nigeria needs to be free. Let me see if this is the one.
I don't tire for Nigeria. I won't come out for this nation. We get bad governance, bad rules.
Okay, I think I did this music. I recorded this music. Was it 2023 or 2024? I'm not very sure, but I just, you know, you see, I'm a pastor, even though from Kaduna State. You know, part of my family are Muslim. You know, but our family represents Nigeria. I mean, it's like we're not, but religion, just like you see in the South, where religion is not, doesn't divide people. My wife is from Ogun State, Abeokuta to be precise. But I met her in Lagos when I went to do my youth service. And then we fell in love, got married. So imagine if there's got to be war or fight. And then I'm from the north. She's from the southwest. Can you imagine us fighting each other or our children? Our children are basically just Nigerians. And so apart from preaching, apart from being an author, being in business and doing so many other things, I have passion for music. And I just wish people like Davido and say the Two-Face and some of the other, all the other so-called musicians or celebrities in Nigeria, including Nollywood, if they can start using their talent to sensitize Nigerians than just playing music, making money. And while they're making money, many Nigerians are dying of hunger. And so whatever we can do, whatever talent, if it's money you have, just to support. You may not be able to speak like some of us, but at least you can support people that are willing to do it. So I recorded this music, I think 2023 or 2024, I'm not very sure, but just listen to it. And I'm still waiting for those that want to join the studio.
I don't tire for Nigeria. I won't come out for this nation. We get bad governance, bad road, bad education, bad electricity, bad everything. Plenty kidnappers. We get everything. We're no good for this nation. I won't come out for this nation.
Make we pray now. We go
pray waiting. We've been praying for many years.
But
the thing no they change.
Make we know they time.
The thing no they change.
No.
Okay. I won't come out for this nation.
You don't have to come out. Make we try this time around. Everybody, they just need to get their PVC. Let's go try.
Okay, I shall go try for this PVC.
Okay, make we see what go happen. The thing where they happen these days, now only God, now Him go help us for this nation. The thing where they happen for this country. The thing where they happen for Nigeria, it too much, yo. This suffer, this magu, I say it's too much, yo. Every day now suffer, every day now hunger. Are we not tired of this suffering? Now is the time, now is the moment to bring about change. We don't tire for bad government. We don't tire for bad government. Them they thief, we dey suffer, them they chop, we dey suffer, them they thief. We dey suffer, them dey chop, we dey suffer. For so long we trusted politicians, we trusted one party after another. They promised us heaven and earth, we voted them in. Instead of things getting better, they went from bad to worse. Protect your future. Don't sell your vote for the bag of curry. Protect your future. Don't sell your vote for the bag of money. Protect your future. Don't sell your vote. Protect your vote. Protect your future. Don't sell your vote. Yeah. Now is the time that we have to lay aside our differences and vote a person of integrity, a person that will move this nation out of all this kidnapping, out of all this killing, out of the hunger, and out of the pain that people are suffering every day. Whether the person is from the north, south, east, or west, it doesn't matter. We need a leader that will bring an end to poverty and corruption, who will bring about peace and harmony, security of lives and property, a person that will unite this nation as one people under one God. Let's build a new Niger to be proud of, the new Niger. We can build it, the new Niger to be proud.
Yeah, so thank you. Jude Odige, thanks for joining. Jude says, sir, it's not a new thing. They shouldn't be surprised because that was his promise. Yeah. We just prayed God's mercy on Nigeria. Please let me know who wants to join. You want to join the studio? I have shared the link. Just check the comment section. You will see the link. Let me share it again for the last time. So for the next few minutes, let's see who wants to come in so we can talk so that it doesn't become a monologue. I want to hear your views. What is your take? Tinubu has no clear plans for Nigeria. He's now gambling with the nation. And all the thieves have ganged up together, cross-carpeting from even the minority, the opposition parties, they are all moving. I'm even hearing that Fubara will soon join APC. They are all moving to APC. And what they are doing, why they are doing that, strategically, they are so sure that nobody can unseat Tinubu. And so they are so sure Tinubu cannot be removed. So for them to secure their place in 2027, they should all move to APC because of what happened in the Edo election. We knew how that was broad daylight theft. So they're all positioning themselves, not for the sake of Nigerians, but for the sake of their own belly. So we must outsmart them. We can't play it soft or gentle. Effie, can you please switch on your video? I think you were in the studio. Was it 2 days ago or when was it? Effie, please, can you turn on your camera? Let me see you. Be sure it's not another Effie. So I can bring you to the studio. I just see a red circle with a line. I can't see your face. Thank you. Thank you, my sister. So
good
now,
evening, Mr. Gary.
how are you, my sister?
I'm okay.
So how is Ibrahim Traore?
You know, if you know me very well, I love that man to death. I mean, look at what he has done in 2 years. I know a lot of people will criticize him because he's a military man. But at this point, honestly, if you go around and ask Nigerians if they want Ibrahim Traore in Nigeria, they will tell you yes. So what he has done for his country in 2 years, in that 2 years, we have used it to destroy our country more. So you can see clearly the difference between the two. At this point, nobody's even talking about whether it's military or civilian at this point. All we want is that we want our country to work for us. That's where we are. The only thing Nigerians are talking about is how to japa. Everybody wants to leave. But at the end of the day, we have a country to run. We have other family members. All of us cannot leave Nigeria because not everybody can afford to leave. The question remains, how are we going to move the country forward? And again, it lies in the hands of the citizens. And let me tell you why Ibrahim is still sitting in power today is because of the citizens of Burkina Faso.
Yeah, very true.
Because they have vowed that nothing will happen to that man. A lot of them were sleeping on the streets, the roundabout. So you can imagine, if anything should happen to him, again, it should come from the citizens. So let us think about our country. I don't have no problem. Look, governors are decamping. Why is Tinubu afraid? If Tinubu has fixed the country, I don't think he will be worried about who's going to be on his side or not, because we will be on his side. I was thinking that, okay, the way our election went, that he will use that opportunity to say, you know what, I know this election was somehow, and a lot of people did not believe that this election was free and fair. Let me prove them wrong. I was expecting that he's going to do that, but he did not. Instead, our country, we have gone back, I think, behind about 30 years or 40 years behind.
Yeah.
So whoever, even Peter, even if he wins the election, I don't know what he can do, because this country, I mean, this man has damaged Nigeria to the extent that we don't even know where to start. After 60-something years, we are still talking about electricity. We're still talking about pipe-borne water. Look at what they did. Look at the budget they presented to the National Assembly. Borehole. The question nobody's asking, where are they going to dig the borehole? Nobody's even asking about that. In a country of 200 and something million, how many thousands of borehole? Where are they going to dig the borehole, if any at all? What about the street lights? Where are they going to put the street lights, if any at all? So the budget they did last year, what did they do with the money? Because I haven't seen any development. We don't have any infrastructure. We don't have no railway. The coastal highway, look at what they are talking about. It took them 2 years, literally 2 years or 1 year, to build 30 kilometers. I lived in the States. One of the boulevard where I live, it was so much traffic, people were complaining. When they started building this, Dr. Haruna, it didn't even take them 3 months. It looks like a flyover now. No traffic. It didn't take them like 3 months. Why? Because the citizens spoke. I've said this so many times. My subdivision, coming into my subdivision, there is a pothole, big old pothole. But me, being a Nigerian, we are used to suffering. So when I come, I will just drive around the pothole and keep going, as if it's not my business, just as it is in our country. But my neighbor called me one day and said, hey, Ify, you see that pothole over there? I've called the city to come and fix it. I was like, oh, really? In my head, I was like, we think concern about it. Yeah, exactly, as per Niger. Guess what? They fixed it. They fixed it. So what am I trying to say? The citizens, we got the voice. If you don't speak up, they will not do anything. Nigeria is just a dumping ground for every Dick and Harry. Go look at all the people in our National Assembly. They are either, associated with one scandal or the other, or people that have left abroad to come to Nigeria for one corruption or the other. And nobody's holding them accountable. And the question you begin to ask yourself all the time, what are the citizens doing? Nothing. We are used to that. In a country where another country's currency is more stronger, more valued. Can I use Naira in this country? No. Can you use any other currency in this country? No. They don't even know what it is. Nigeria now, nobody's talking about naira. When you come back home and give somebody naira, they will tell you give them dollar. That is how much. I remember when they used to value dollar. Then you come back, you know, people will be, if you give them $1, $2, they will value it. Some people will use it as a souvenir. Now you give people naira now, they don't even regard it as a currency. And nobody's saying anything. Look at Yaya Bello. Nobody's saying anything. Even at Babio, nobody said, these are crooks, these are criminals. That in a same country, both of them, they should be in jail. Look at Ojo Zakalo. These are the people that are actually dictating how the country will be run. Criminals, what do you expect? We have a president, we don't know anything about him. Nothing whatsoever. Ask me my classmate from primary school. They know me, I know them. We have an association. Ask me for my secondary school, I know them, you know them. The same way, likewise, university. All the people I went to school here in the States, they know me and I know them. We can't tell about that of our president. You know, we don't even know him. Everything about our president is weird. We cannot tell anything. In fact, some people are even second guessing whether he's a male or female. That is the extent we have even gotten ourselves into, the mess we have gotten ourselves into. And people are fearful just because of power. And Nigerians are keeping quiet. You people are waiting for miracle to come from. Which miracle? Or pray for Nigeria. I will never pray for Nigeria. I will not waste my prayer. I will use the time I will spend praying for Nigeria to pray for my family. We don't need prayers in Nigeria. We have prayed enough. We are so blessed. Imagine if we have like a typical natural disaster in that country, like they do have over here. Nigeria will cease to exist. Nigeria will cease to exist. It is just a deliberate plan for that country not to work, for nothing whatsoever to work in that country. It was just a human decision.
Effie, may I ask you a question?
Sure.
Now, is it doom? Is there what's the way forward?
You should ask the citizens. We are the way forward. Until we decide to rise up against these people, we can never see anything good in that country. I'm telling you, I know I love my friend, oh God bless him, Randy Aka, talking about electoral reforms. People talking about 1999 Constitution. Let me tell you something, nothing is wrong with all that. They promised us last election that they're gonna, as we are voting, that we're gonna see the election, they're gonna report the election, right? Yeah, that's what they told us, right? Did it happen? No. So what kind of reform are we even asking? You can do all the reforms you want to do. The country has been hijacked. No matter how you want it, it's gonna take Nigerians as a whole to rise up. And the people that are doing these things, they're not even up to 2,000. They're not up to 2,000. Imagine up to 100,000 of this country, Nigerian citizens, rise up against them. Do you know what will happen? Remember what happened in Sri Lanka how many years ago?
Yeah.
Look at what happened in Syria. We are afraid. Then how can you liberate our country? And that's why these people keep doing what they're doing, because they know we will not do anything. Trust me, if they have the fear in them. Remember the first time they talked about having the protest, they all left the country because they were afraid.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
They all left.
All
of them went abroad. They were waiting, hearing to see what's going to happen. And they all came back because nothing happened. Imagine if we have all united together and bring this. Look at what is happening in California, all because of immigration. Look at what is happening. I don't know if you are watching that.
Yeah, they are where people are protesting. Yeah.
Yes, just citizens. Just citizens.
They are protesting not for their own, not to benefit them. They are protesting for others.
Other people.
I mean, that's what, one can understand.
Imagine, this is just one state. This is just one state. A lot of them, they are citizens. They're not even talking about them. They're talking about other people. We are talking about insecurity in our country. Look at, I was just listening on internet. What is it? Brutai? Somebody, one of the navies or something, went to Borono.
Brutai.
Was almost died. I was just laughing. I say, why did he run? He should have waited there now. And these are everyday nightmare for these people in Plateau, people in Borono, people in Bauchi. The food basket of the country. I can even do, me personally, I can do more than this government. Me personally, I can do more than them.
If there are some people here, let me read out a comment somebody actually made. It said, Tinubu is the best president Nigeria ever had. And another one said, Buhari is worse than Tinubu. Tinubu is far better. Now, I don't know whether these people are in Nigeria or they were, maybe they are in another world.
Maybe they are sarcastic. Maybe not just a sarcasm, because some people will say,
I want to believe that.
Some people will say, I want Tinubu to win. We haven't even started suffering. I want him to win the second term or with third term, since we don't want. And let me say this to the people that are saying this. Remember, Tinubu did not win this election.
Yeah.
Mind you, he did not win the election. So I don't like when people say, since you all don't want to learn, you will vote for him again. Remember, he did not win the election. This election was rigged, whether we like it or not. Let us understand that no matter which side you want to be, it doesn't even matter. The question remains, how are we going to move this country forward? We don't have to agree with each other. We don't have to agree. I have a lot of Muslims friends, a lot of them. So good. In fact, I would say my best friend, a lot of, if I call Alaja, say, Mama, I need something. Boom, 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 boom. You get it? I say, Mama Wale, I need this. Boom, boom, boom. Right? We are not looking at tribe. I went to school with them. They are the best people I ever met since I came to this country. But nobody's talking about that. During the election, that's when they come out to tell you, Omo Igbo, Omo Yoruba. At the end of the day, you are still suffering. You will suffer and go back to your house hungry. These people, their kids are not in the country. They are studying abroad, studying in the best school. When they finish studying, they will come back and be the president. They will come back and be ministers. They have positioned their children to be in the strategic position. And nobody's saying anything.
Yeah.
I'm asking you people, the street light, where are they going to place the street light? Which state? Which street? Where? How can you say in a country of 200 and something million people, you only have literally two international airports? Abuja and Lagos, I don't know about, they're talking about Aminu Kano. How functionable is that? You look at the airport, even when you fly through Murtala Mohammed, I mean, once you come into that airport, the heat that will salute you at the airport, nobody will even tell you. Nobody will tell you. I live in Georgia. I hate to compare, but I have to. I had to. Hartsfield-Jackson International, this is one of the, if not the second largest airport or the second busiest airport after Heathrow. Go there. Everything well organized. I knew when that airport was built and renovated. People have jobs. This is a country where I am. I came here. I don't have to know anybody to get a job. I'm applying for jobs. I'm looking everywhere, Indeed, and all the job listing to apply. But in Nigeria, if you don't know anybody, you're not gonna, have a job.
Yeah.
In a country where I was sexually harassed by a professor, and I keep saying it, and I'm saying it over and over again, I couldn't speak up because I don't want to be failed. I managed to graduate, and I'm talking about it now. I'm talking about it because I live in a country where if something of that happened, you will speak. You will speak up. That's why I'm talking about it. And still, Somebody threatened me yesterday. I think it's one of my classmates, because I've been getting a call. Oh, you need to take that video down. I saw the video, it's all over internet. I said, if you ever come to my phone again, I will tell you that I pay this phone bill. You don't. I don't know who you are. That is the mindset that we have.
Maybe they were sent by Akpabio.
I don't care who you were sent by. I don't care. I don't care.
Because they are very desperate now.
You know, I don't care. I will still speak up my mind. I will not insult you, but I will still speak up my mind. And when I say things work, do I agree with everything that happens in this country? Not everything. But I can get in my car 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Some people do the a.m. to p.
Security systems work.
Different shifts. People work 2 p.m. to 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to 3 a.m., 1 a.m. to 1 p.m. You get in your car and keep going to work. Nobody bothers you.
Imagine doing that in Nigeria.
How can you? This is 7 o'clock. Everybody's rushing to go home.
You're not even saving your house. They're kidnapping people at home now.
Exactly. Why is this so difficult? It's not difficult to do here. It is not difficult. There was a day I was going to work and I had a flat tire. I didn't know what to do. I called my friend and she was, oh, call the transportation people. Give me the number. I called them. Boom, they came. After changing my tire, they asked me, do you have gas in your car? I lied. I'm not going to lie to you, Dr. Harun. I lied. I said, not enough. He said, okay, I'm going to give you enough to get you to the nearest gas station. They gave me gas. Did I pay for it? No. It is the part of the tax. As I was going to work that day, I was crying. I was crying. They were there until I left. That is the system that works. It doesn't take the governor of this state to do that. No. It works.
And it can work in Nigeria.
It don't work. It just deliberate human selfish and greediness. That's why it will not work. But it will work. If we decide to pay tax, we will pay taxes. Everybody will pay tax, and you can see the money.
But you pay tax, they steal the money. So
they steal the money. You don't even see what the money is used for. I listened to Abacha's wife came to defend her husband. I was so pissed. I said, this is life. This is Miriam Babangida that used to be very beautiful. Very beautiful. She came to defend her husband's legacy. That is the mindset. In a country where things work, would she be alive today? They will put her in jail. No. They will put her in jail. All of these people that are talking, all of them, from head to toe, they will all be in jail. But nobody's talking. Everybody's afraid. Then who's going to fix the country? I remember growing up when my father would give my mother 60 naira a week for feeding for all of us. 60 naira a week for all of us. You can imagine. Now, 1 million naira a week might not even be enough.
I think after I graduated from ABU, Ahmadu Bello University, the time when we were still just about to graduate, we already had people coming to interview us for jobs. The house was ready, a car was ready. You know, that's the Nigeria we grew up. So when I look at, even though it wasn't perfect, but it was really another world compared to what is happening now. It's so scary to even, when you travel anywhere to introduce yourself as from Nigeria. You know, we're still proud to be Nigerians. You know, wherever we are, our voices will always be on top of everybody's voice. However, something inside of you is saying, shame on you. Get this thing fixed back home.
Let me tell you, Dr. Goro, the hospital I work here in Atlanta, before you turn left, turn right, it's just full of Nigerians. When I say, you be talking on your phone, and somebody will turn and say, my brother, you be like this. The floor I used to work on night shift, Sometimes it will be all Africans, the whole of night shift. If you have anybody that is not African, it might be 1 or 2 people. And out of that Africans, 80% or 90% of them are Nigerians. Yes.
In America?
Yes. It's dominated here. I live in Atlanta. If you're in Atlanta, you will know the hospital I'm talking about. Yes. You're talking about the doctors, you're talking about the nurses, you're talking about anything you can think of. Nigerians. We have the best brains. When I mean the best brains, we have the best brains. But how can you tell even the minimum wage? You cannot even pay people the minimum wage. Dr. Goro, I mean, I was talking to one of my friends, and he was like, if they ask you to go back to Nigeria, will you go? I said, if they pay me half of what they pay me here, I can go. But if they cannot, I said, I can manage. I can manage. It's not that hard. But the question I ask everybody, all our politicians, with all this money you people are hijacking and stealing from the citizens, what are you going to do with all this money? It's only 6 feet. You breathe in and you don't breathe out. The case is closed. What
Do
are
they
you
remember
gonna,
that?
I mean, what will you be remembered for when you buy? What? Let Abacha be a lesson. Let Abiola be a lesson. Let Abubakar, all the past politicians, Azikiwe, let them be a lesson. Tinubu, I'm not God, but how many more years? Alexoti made a statement today and said, let us not think about 2027. We don't know what the future will bring. This is our country is the only country that they already started talking about 2027.
No,
2 years, they already started talking about.
Tinubu's posters are all over Abuja now.
You cannot even tell us what you have done in the past 2 years. Ask us. We are the one that will rate you. You will leave your country to go to another country to have a meeting done. But you're all every cities, even in the northern states, where we have beautiful cities, there is no place that is enough for you or conducive enough for you people to have a meeting. All of you fly and go to London to have a meeting. You will pay for people to go for Hajj. That's supposed to be your personal decision between you and Allah. The government will pay for it while people are suffering.
You see, that's why they don't want Peter Obi, because Peter Obi wants to stop all those nonsense.
Let them suffer. Sometimes I don't feel sorry for Nigeria. Let them suffer.
Okay, let's hear OC, please. But if you really making sense. Do you have a blog? Are you doing?
No, I don't. I go to Omoye's Corner. That's my sister right there.
Okay.
And I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I go to Omoye's Corner. If he comes up tonight, we'll be there live. But we'll continue to speak. That's my sister right there.
How are you, my sister?
We can't hear you, Omo.
We can't hear you. Switch on your... Hello?
Okay, she said she will come back.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
go on.
Dr. Goro, I mean, we have a very long way to go, but the good thing?
Yeah.
The good thing is that these Gen Z people are not playing. They are waking up. They are gradually waking up. Hopefully, I believe, hopefully, they will rise up, hopefully. Those our parents' days are gone. I remember when I was little, my dad, they increased I will never forget that, 11 naira to 13 naira. My dad was so upset. He was so upset. Can you imagine? How can they just wake up and increase fuel from 11 naira to 13 naira? I will never forget that. Huh? Imagine fuel 1,000 naira, almost 1,000 naira a liter. How many people can afford that? Do you know how much it's gonna cost to fill up your tank? So if you have like let's say 40 liters or 50 liters, that's about 50,000. You drive it for how long and then fill it again? Who is paying for it? Masses. Because even if you're a business person, I mean, you're going to transfer the cost to your consumers. Let me allow Omo to talk.
Good
afternoon. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
okay.
Very loud and clear. How are you doing?
Yeah. Dr. Haruna, good afternoon. Such an honor to be here. Finally, I get to join your live. I've been meaning to stop by, but you stopped streaming for a while, which is understandable.
You know what? I think I got so exhausted because you from 2022 for over 1 year, all I did was record and edit to put all those my broadcasts because I was very concerned about the North. And I wanted our people to know for Nigeria to change, we need to shift our mentality. And I couldn't do it on maybe having broadcasts like this. And I needed to speak direct to them. And right now, as we speak, the North of this year is far from what we were dealing with then. The suffering has woken them up. Many of them are tired. The whole idea of the Muslim ticket failed them. And whatever was the agreement they made, Tinubu has, slammed this thing at them. And so he's taken the level of bigotry he's gone beyond even Buhari. So they are very angry now. If the election were to take place today and they allow it to be credible and don't create the glitch and just let it be, Obi will win today in the North. So anyway, you came in.
Yes.
So let's see you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I agree with you because there's some northern influencers I follow on TikTok. They are doing an amazing job, by the way. Those influencers that are speaking from the northern part and the middle belt, it's been such a joy. Sometimes I just go there and I just listen to them. Yeah, like you just said, their eyes are really opening and there's so much going on. I really respect their tenacity and their ability to strategize and plan. That's one thing that they do better than the South, honestly. So, Mr. Ike, good afternoon, sir. Good to see you. Ify, my darling sister, we'll go see later. So I just wanted to say, I saw your topic. Don't expect someone who's told the mandate to manage it well. And as much as we all agree on that, my own take here today that I want us to really I think we need to focus on what we can do on our own end to make sure that whether it's resources or whatever that we need to provide the people back home, because like you rightly pointed out, the whole of Nigeria is waking up because the suffering has gotten to another level. I don't think a lot of us did not expect much from this government. I didn't expect anything at all because as we all saw, the way he came in through the rat hole. It's not even back door. This one is not window. He came in through the rat hole, hole that somebody just made by how rats come into the house in Nigeria. If you have rats, they find their way. That's how he came in. So this time around, I know we cannot discuss, and we shouldn't actually discuss any strategy or plan as to how we're going to take our country back. But what we must agree on as a people is that we are taking it back 2027. That should be our mindset. That should be in our subconscious. Because when we have that in our subconscious, the energy will transfer. And then we're waking up as we continue to talk to our people. I'm sure when you have, because I follow you, I'm a huge subscriber. I'm a subscriber on your channel. When you used to have those fiery conversations, I saw your videos when you were upset at one point that Nigerians were not doing anything and all of that. But you can see for yourself that everything that you were doing has not been in vain. It has one way or the other woken up the people. So I just want us to have at the back of our mind, let's not give power, because these people are running scared. Whether you like it or not, T-Pain is afraid. That man is scared. This is why you see that all of them are decamping. He thinks that by having everyone in one fold is going to give him what he wants. The people that are decamping are just a few. They are the so-called fake elites, as far as that's how I describe them. The people, they don't have the vote of the people. I'm sure that some of us saw the video when Okowa went to his community and was trying to tell his people that he wants to decamp to APC. What happened? The women were saying no, they refused. Vehemently, they were even warning him. Do you understand? I wish the video was long enough to see whether they probably rushed him and started fighting him, because they were very, very angry. They made their intentions known by their actions based on the clip that we saw. A lot of people on ground do not want APC. So it is the few fake elites that we have, because it benefits their fraudulent way of making money, that are decamping. They said when you join APC, all your sins are forgiven. So that's what they are doing, right? So, and that this to tell us that T-Pain is so afraid. He's afraid of his shadow. If I were to be a fly in the wall, I'll tell you, that man is afraid of his shadow. You know, no matter how bad a person is, no matter how evil, how wicked a person is, do you know what I've discovered in the small life, that the life that God has blessed me so far, is that the most vile human beings, the most wicked people, they are the most fearful. Once we know what we're doing and we're able to mobilize ourselves, by God, those people are going to run. My own is, I don't want them to run, because we must collect our money from their hands. All that loan that they have been collecting on top of people's children and grandchildren and children yet unborn, we must collect it. We cannot let it go. We need to see all the agreements that they've signed, because the funny thing is that once these people run away and leave, there are contracts they've signed. We need to know all the contracts that they signed. We see BG, Bill Gates, coming into Nigeria. We need to know what kind of contract did they sign. All these GMOs that are coming in, what is the nature of this contract? You understand? So for me personally, that is my desire. Everywhere, I hope that everywhere is such that when it happens, and I don't want to use the word, you know, but I'm sure you guys understand what I'm saying, that when it does eventually happen, these people have no way to get out, because we must collect our property from them. All that money that they borrowed, we return it back to the people they borrowed it from, because they did not borrow it in our name. We don't see what they take the money do. Nigeria is upside down, right? So I guess the reason why I came up, Dr. Haruna, is for us to be repeating and to make sure we have in our subconscious that 2027 is the day of our destiny. It cannot pass us by. That is when we get Nigeria back. It cannot be all talk and no action. Everybody needs to be involved. Nobody has the luxury of sitting on the sidelines or by the fence saying, no cuckoo consign me. You know, cuckoo consign me, no cuckoo consign me. It has shown up in people's houses one after the other. I wonder how many people will be left in 2027 to run the election after all is said and done. I wonder how many people, because the rate at which they are going, they are self-destructing. You know, so this man is afraid. We need to stand strong and don't allow anybody to come and gaslight us. What is APC coming to tell us in 2027? What do they have to show? What do they have to show? Nothing. There's nothing to point to. So nobody can really say, none of them from their own side can come and tell us anything anymore. In a way, I'm glad that T-Pain is the one who came in, because Nigerians were still very, very in their head. I don't know what was going on, but they needed this suffering to wake them up. Sometimes when things like this happen, it has a reason for happening, because they would not have appreciated Peter Obi. They would not have, because of his gentle way and all of that. Now everybody, they are now the ones looking for him all over. People are now saying, oh, Peter Obi, please, it is him or nobody else. Why? Because they have suffered greatly, you know? So, I mean, let me yield for now. That's all I wanted to say for now.
Yeah, but thank you
very much.
Thank you for your take. I was going to ask you something, but let me just hear from Ike first. Thank you, sir, for joining. And I said, maybe those of you that had me a few days back, I just felt, let me kind of tone down into having still very adamant on seeing a turnaround, but I just felt let me kind of relax myself by talking with people of like mind online. So that's why I started doing this thing. I will still do broadcasts as time goes, and so. But then I just felt let me see whether I can connect with people of like mind, and then we just share our views to the way forward. So let's hear from you, Ike. But thank you. Yeah, the yes,
Omoye. It's OC. I just short it to OC. Yeah, my channel is Omoye's Corner.
So tell me, what Omoye? That's from where?
It's from Edo State, Esan land.
Okay, Omoye. Okay, I thought it's Yoruba.
No.
Tell me, explain to me, why is it that a lot of Edo people they are almost like activists? Why?
I think it has to do with ancestry, I want to say. Because I didn't even realize this part of me until Peter Obi showed up, to be honest. I mean, I've always been vocal for the truth. I cannot stand lies. So it's always been something I've known from when I was a child. I'm very, very upfront with my thoughts and my opinions. I don't hide it. But kind of Peter Obi, the emergence of Peter Obi is what kind of put it, like shone a torchlight on that core person that I was, that I really am inside my soul, waiting to come out. So yeah, a lot of Edo people are like that because the reason is the way we're being raised is to always speak the truth, no matter whose horse is God, and we're not moved by material things. Like you can't say, oh, of course there's some of us who are weak-minded, I'm not saying, but mostly the way of bringing up is to be content with what you have and to always speak the truth no matter what. That's something that is very common in an Edo household, as far as I know.
Okay, I've always wondered. Anyway, Ike, sorry to keep you waiting. Let's hear.
Yeah, Dr. Goro, God bless you. I'm listening. Hey, my sister Ify agreed to her head. Omoye's Corner, Alpha. Waiting the play. Waiting the play. Doctor, thank you for allowing us to be on your platform. Well, like everyone has said here, I've been following you since 2022 and all your effort in 2023, before and after the election. Your dedication, your resilience, your hard work in the North, trying to pass the message in different forms and in different ways to people to understand what Nigeria is supposed to look like after 2023 election. I just want to say that people like you gave us hope then and strengthened us, because after the result of the election and what transpired at the Supreme Court, most people really, me in particular, I almost gave up. I almost gave hope of Nigeria, because all the sacrifices that was made, not for us, but for a better Nigeria in Nigeria. Some of us who are outside Nigeria here, we made a lot of sacrifices for the people back home, so that a new Nigerian can be rebirthed, But today's story is history. But at the end of the day, after Mr. Peter Obi's last conference, after the Supreme Court, I think I begin to pick my pieces. I begin to pick myself up, and I begin to realize when he said that the election is over, but I'm still going to be here. And I watched him for 1 month, for 2 months. He was still in the space. So I begin to recover my strength. I begin to recover my belief back. I begin to let go of what transpired in 2023, and I begin to have a new energy about a better country we call Nigeria our own. So I just came in to say thank you for everything you do and everything that you will continue to do. And I think that our principle has given us the energy and the fire to know that a new Nigeria is possible. Mr. Peter Obi is coming. When you read this time, you know what is going to be. They will delete a lot of people. They have nobody has monopoly of anything. And I think that Nigerians have seen what it takes. And I believe that this 2027 we are talking about, what is going on in your country called Nigeria right now is a government of fear. They're afraid of 2027. And normally 2 years is supposed to be a stock taking about what the so-called government has done, but everything has turned into politics. And you can imagine what is going on in Nigeria politically. But I'm happy that it's going to be APC and Nigerian people. And I believe that Nigerians are going to stand up. And I believe that the days are gone when people are going to run away from the polling booth. It's not going to happen anymore. One of the greatest things that happened after the election, that Mr. Peter Obi did not allow all the wolves and the buccaneers of executive of Labour Party who was trying to make obedience as part of Labour Party. He decided to make it public that obedient movement is not part of Labour Party. And I think that was the smartest decision and smartest politics has played. Could you have imagined that after that election that we decided to infuse obedient movement into Labour Party with all the shenanigans that is going on right now? You could have imagined the kind of power this criminal Aburi and his group would have had. So I think that it was a very smart politics. And now that obedient movement has become an institution, obedient movement has been organizing now, we can now claim, we can now say, yes, all the experience of 2023, we are putting it into 2025 towards 2027. And I think that the people, Tanko and his group, they are one of the smartest Nigerians that we have in obedient movement. And I must say that they are doing a wonderful job, trying to create a real obedient movement. So I came in to say thank you for all you do. We cannot give up hope. If nothing else, we have families, we have friends, there are some people that went to school with you. You have your neighbors, you have your classmates, whatever each and every one of us were doing in Nigeria before we left that country. We have people who were our partners and our colleagues and our neighbors in the business, in the market, in the school, in the hospital, whatever we do. So some of them are still there. And the pressure is even more to us than the people that are home. Because I said it in one of the platforms. I don't put my phone anymore in my bedroom when I go to sleep, because when you tell them that the hours are different, 6 hours different, they don't understand that. As long as there is a problem, they call you anytime. So every phone I have is in my sitting room so that I can be able to have at least 5 hours sleep. So when I wake up in the morning after prayer with my family, I will try to check the phone if there is any call, because if you want to carry the phone, Nigerian problem in your bedroom, you can never sleep. You cannot find good sleep. The sacrifices we make from here is a lot. But I think that Nigerians at home, some of them really do not understand the sacrifices we make, because they believe when they say uncle or brother or my friend, now I have a problem of $100 or $50, you send. And some of them, when you give that money, they go to Biapalo to eat nkwobi and pepper soup, and they begin to make noise. After all, Nigeria no concern me. Waiting go happen. This election now, I no go vote. But I think that the present situation has opened the eyes of a lot of Nigerians. And I think Nigerians will be ready. And that's my prayer. That's my hope. That's my expectation. That's my dream, that Nigerians are going to stand up. So I'm looking forward to what is going to happen. Tomorrow, I'm going to also try to follow the book launch in Abuja tomorrow about Mr. Peter Obi and the Obedient Movement tomorrow in Abuja. And I think, maybe I'll be walking, but I'll try to be following the media to see what is going on in Abuja. The last week, Dr. Moore was in your program. It was a busy day in office. I wanted to join, but I was listening, going off and coming in and going out and coming in, but I was following. It was a very lively conversation, and it was reassuring, because it's always better to hear from the people that are too close to where the thing is happening. The only thing I want to advise most of us is that a lot of people who believe in Mr. Peter Obi should understand there are so many information this man has that we don't have. But sometimes when we want to tell him what we want him to do, we are telling him as if he doesn't know what he's doing. I think that's one of the things that the obedient members should understand, that this man has he has been in the system. He knows what is going on. He knows what is going on. Sometimes we should try to give him a space. He said it today in the interview in Arise. A lot of people cannot endure to follow him. Most people who follow him will going to back off, because he is a man of patience. He's a man of, he's a man of rule of law. He's a man that takes his time. So a lot of people can't deal with it. And that's why he's not angry for anybody who decides to walk away. But at the end of the day, what is important is achieving what is purposeful for the benefit of Nigerians. Like today he said, being an honest Nigerian is a crime in Nigeria right now. If you speak the truth, if you are honest, if you are measured, if you are humble, if you are respectful, you are seen as weak. You understand? So he take a shot to some of the people who felt he was weak. He said, okay, take me out if I'm weak. Is the election weak also? Is every member of Labour Party, from the National Assembly, senators and House of Rep and other people, somebody like Oludi, or Deleforo Tombi, these people are weak people. So you can imagine what is going on. So I want my brothers and sisters around the world to understand that this man we are following, you have to endure a lot. You have to agree. Sometimes you want to hit your head on the wall and say, what is this man doing? My brothers and sisters, he knows what he's doing because he has information. He has been in that class. He has been in that circle. He is still in that circle, but he's operating in another planet. But he's still in that circle. So sometimes we should try to, give him space, because let's watch. Like what Mo told you last week when we were praising about what is going on in Labour Party. He was saying it's going to be days. Maybe we're going to hear good news. He was saying not even weeks, but he was saying on last week that it might be days. Like what Mr. Peter Obi said today, there are pre-informations they have we don't have. There are things they know we don't know. So I think that at the right time, maybe we will be able to know where we are heading to. But my point at the end of the day is that let us remain focused. We must remain focused. Distraction is unacceptable. Distraction is not welcome. Do not listen to the fear mongering of APC and their guides. They are afraid already. If he said now, or Moye said, Mr. Peter Obi since 2023 has become a beautiful bride. Everybody wants Mr. Peter Obi right now. Everywhere in Nigeria, everybody needs Mr. Peter Obi. So some of them that need him, not in good faith, but they want to use him. But you see how they are exposing themselves one after the other. Shegu Sowomimo, who has been crying, Mr. Peter Obi, come back to PDP. Today or yesterday, he went to see T-Bat. You understand? I saw what the comment he made in China. I've not read his interview. So but this is why I say that we that are followers of this man, we should be patient, because what this man is going through, most of us will not even endure that for 15 minutes. So I want to thank you for all you do, and may the Lord continue to strengthen you, and may the Lord give every one of us the power to continue to believe that a new Nigeria is possible. Mr. Peter Obi is coming. And if you read, you know what comes after that when you read in 2027. God bless you, my brother. You're muted.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. We celebrate the rise of a new Nigeria. Ife, thank you very much for joining your brother, your northern brother. We are in unity, we are in solidarity. Omoye, thank you very much. Keep that Edo, resilient, never quitting, never giving up, that still heart until we see the birth of a new Nigeria. We have what it takes to make Nigeria a place that anybody on earth will want to go and live in. I still believe it's possible. And that's why all these engagements are not going to be a waste. Love you all.
Yeah. I just want to say something really quickly, Dr. Aruna, if you permit me, just for a minute, even less than. Is that okay?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, sir. So it sounds like I'm repeating myself, but I want us to subconsciously, because your subconscious is very powerful, and what you allow into your subconscious and what you speak is very powerful. For those who know, you know. So especially at this time, T-Pain and his gangs are scared. They are afraid. Believe it. Take it to the bank. They're scared. This is a time for us to remain consistent in saying Peter Obi is coming. He's here. Nothing should change that or make us deviate from saying that. There'll be a lot of trolls that will be coming with force, with full force. I've been receiving them a lot on my channel. They're going to double up. I give them the opportunity to, reminding them that I understand the suffering in Nigeria. The urgent 20K, 10K, I let them drop some comments for like maybe 5 comments or so, and I acknowledge them and say, you've made 100K for the day. You have, go and tell them you've done your job, but we must remain resolute. 2027 is our day of freedom, not 1960. It is 2027. So it is crucial that we put it in our minds, in our subconscious, that Nigeria is going to be a new Nigeria is being birthed. We have to remember that and keep it in front of us at all times. Energy is powerful. When people come together and speak in one language, with one tongue, continuously saying one thing, believing in that thing, nothing, absolutely nothing will keep us from having this new Nigeria 2027. Perhaps even sooner. You never know, because anything can happen. That's it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Effie, any closing words? Thank you. So you have a blessed night.
Thank you.
Love you all. And we see the birth of a new Nigeria.
Amen.
Greetings to your families.
All right. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Okay.
Almost, are you coming on tonight? Okay. All right. Thank you.
I don't tire for Nigeria. I won't come out for this nation. We get bad governance, bad road, bad education, bad electricity, bad everything. Plenty kidnappers. We get everything. We're no good for this nation. I won't come out for this nation.
Make we pray now. We go
pray waiting. We've been praying for many years.
But
the thing God, no, they change.
Go here, pray. Make we know their time.
The thing no, they change.
No.
Okay. I won't come out for this nation.
You don't have to come out. Make we try this time around. Everybody, they just need to get their PVC. Let's go try.
Okay, I shall go try for this PVC.
Okay, make we see what go happen. The thing where they happen these days, now only God, now Him go help us for this nation. The thing where they happen for this country. The thing where they happen for Nigeria, it too much, yo. This suffer.
This magu magu I say is too much, yo. Every day now suffer, every day now hunger. Are we not tired of this suffering? Now is the time, now is the moment to bring about change. Don't tire, we don't tire, we don't tire for bad government. We don't tire, we don't tire, we don't tire for bad government. Them they thief, we dey suffer, oh them they chop, we dey suffer, them they thief, we dey suffer, them they chop, we dey suffer. For so long we've trusted politicians, we trusted one party after another. They promised us heaven and earth. We voted them in. Instead of things getting better, they went from bad to worse. We cannot continue this way. I say use your PVC and use your right to vote. The future is in your hands. Protect your future. Don't sell your vote for the bag of curry. Protect your future. Don't sell your vote for the bag of money. Protect your future. Don't sell your vote. Protect your vote. Protect your future. Don't sell your vote. Yeah. Now is the time that we have to lay aside our differences and vote a person of integrity, a person that will move this nation out of all this kidnapping, out of all this killing, out of the hunger, and out of the pain that people are suffering every day. Whether the person is from the north, south, east, or west, it doesn't matter. We need a leader that will bring an end to poverty and corruption, who will bring about peace and harmony, security of lives and property, a person that will unite this nation as one people under one God. Let's build a new Niger to be proud of, a new Niger. We can build it, a new Niger to be proud of, a new Niger. We can build it, a new Niger.
Appreciate. Thank you for joining. Please share this broadcast, the link to this broadcast, to as many people as you can. We're not giving up. We're not throwing in the towel. I believe the birth of a new Nigeria is possible. Where we are now, we've gone farther away from where we were in 2022, 2023. A lot of people now, their eyes have opened, they have woken up, and Nigerians are tired and they want to see change. And that change is possible. Who's going to make it possible? You and I will do it with the help of God Almighty. Thank you for being part of today's broadcast. Look forward to seeing you during our next broadcast. God bless you. Bye for now. This is your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. Bye. Okay, we are done for today. Let me go to sleep.